Hi everyone, we are here at the Greenbelt 3 My Cinema for the LaMB press screening, and we're going to introduce you the writer, the creator of the LaMB animation, Mr. Carmelo Juinio. Hi sir, and good evening. And sir, can you introduce yourself to our viewers about what you do?
Well, I'm Carmelo Juinio, and I guess you can consider me, if you remove the fancy things, a professional bum. Okay, you can call me a lot of things, freelance writer or independent something, but keep it simple, I'll just call myself a professional bum. Okay?
Maybe a freelancer will be a good title
I'm a
for it.
professional bum.
So actually, what do you do? You're a writer, or do you an artist?
Well, actually, I'm a little of everything. I'm a dabbler. I dabble into computers. I do some computer programming, writing scripts in the sense of computer scripts. Okay, not that kind of scripts.
Okay.
That will be understood by computer geeks. Okay, what scripts are. Okay, and of course, I've done some graphic designs, but I'm not an illustrator. And of course. Okay, I also write, and I was also an editor, okay?
So, what college are you from?
Well, I didn't graduate from college. Okay, the unusual thing about it is I dropped out of both high school and college. But I attended Far Eastern University.
I'm from Far Eastern University. What batch are you from?
Actually, I'm the batch. I'm not sure because I dropped out. But I was the batch of 90s.
90s. I was in batch 94. Anyway, can you introduce us about the animation LaMB? Can you give us a short introduction?
Well, LaMB is the animated production based on my contest script submitted during the Animax 2007 contest. The title of my original script was Laminated Woman. Now, this was modified by Animax and turned into the LaMB animation that you're now going to see, okay? So the difference is that my original script, Laminated Woman, was intended to be a light-hearted 20-minute animation. Because that is how the contest, I think, was supposed to be, the Animax 2007 contest. And they turned it into something more serious, okay? A 45-minute animation which has a darker quality. I haven't seen the animation itself yet, but I had that impression, okay, that it's not to have a bit of a darker quality. Now, okay, the difference, I think, is partly cultural, okay? Maybe the Singaporeans are a little bit more serious than us Filipinos, because my script was, I think, very light-hearted, very serious, sometimes irreverent, and they turned it into something, I think, more serious, okay?
So what do you think of transforming your story into a more mature and darker image? What do you think of it?
I mean, not really that dark, but it was actually sort of a bit silly. My script was silly, okay?
So they just did a little enhancement
Of course,
more.
they enhanced it because I guess they need it for TV, so other people will appreciate it, not just the crazy anime fans. Okay. So I think they, well, based upon the feedback I've gotten from, in terms of the revised script, I haven't seen the animation, but I've seen the revised script, the drafts of the revised script. They actually did a good job, a pretty good job. They sort of intensified the drama. My script was essentially comedy with a little drama, and now they did drama, and I think with a little drama. So it's reversed.
So where did you get the idea for having a story about people being laminated?
Well, if I have to tell that story, it would take an hour, okay? But anyway, it's basically based upon the idea of beauty being pain, okay? And of course, I combined several threads. One is Darth Vader, okay?
Wow.
Darth Vader and the man in the iron mask, okay? So they are imprisoned in their
mask,
their
armor.
okay? So that's one inspiration, okay? Then I combine it with the idea of beauty being pain now. Okay, why was I interested in Darth Vader? Now, okay, Darth Vader was being being punished through his mask, okay? But there's no reason for Darth Vader to be ugly, okay?
Well,
There's no
he's very
technological
cool
reason.
inside behind those masks.
No, there's no technological reason for Darth Vader to be ugly because he could have been made beautiful, but why wasn't he made beautiful? Why did they have to resort to crude robotics? You know, he looks like a samurai warrior. So instead of making a Darth Vader that is ugly, I came up with sort of like a Frankenstein's bride who's beautiful. Okay? So that is love. It is being punished with beauty.
So, how long does it take to you to complete those stories before you enter the competition? Is this your precious story that's been stored behind your vault, or say new story that came up before the competition?
Now, okay, I think would be. I could say that it took me 5 years to write it.
Wow.
No, 5 years to write it in the sense of my evolutionary writing style. Okay, I'm not a creative writer. I evolve my ideas. Now, as an evolutionary piece, it took me 5 years because I begin with a very simple idea and then layer of all sorts of other things until it was completed as a script. Now, the actual writing took 1 month, but the evolution of the ideas would probably took about 5 years.
5 years.
I first had the idea, the vague stirrings of like ideas while listening to a piece of music, I think, by Tracy Chapman.
So that's what inspired you to...
It was actually a very, very slim idea of a person driving in a car. I think that song was... I forgot. It's not Fast Car. Another song, but Baby Can I Hold You Tonight. Yeah, that's I think the chorus. Okay?
Sounds familiar.
Now, that Baby You Can Hold Me Tonight, it became an idea because of the idea of people holding each other and yet not touching, okay? Because of course she's laminated, she can't actually feel him. That was the very, very, very first germ of an idea. I still had no idea how the lamination thing would work out. And then I sort of combined it all together.
Where did you get your strength in writing? Even if you were being inspired from songs or what you see around you, where did you get your strength? Sometimes you feel people will disappoint you.
No, okay. This is the funny thing about it. Okay, my strengths are for writing it was that I treated it as a programming exercise.
Wow.
Now, what sort of programming? I was programming it rather than writing it in a word processor. I was programming it in a typesetting language called TeX, spelled T-E-X. Okay, so TeX is a typesetting language which is practically a programming language, and I saw that writing of the script as an exercise in programming. So now, when you program, you take one piece of code at a time, and then you sort of continue and building it up. Okay, so every day I would try to preview it because it's a beautiful typesetting language, and when I would see that it has a beautiful format, I would say, oh, okay, I'm satisfied already. I had no intention of actually winning, but when I would see that beautiful layout on the screen, because I'm using the PDF format, okay, a portable paper, electronic paper document, okay? When I would see that beautiful layout on the screen, I would say, that's great. Okay, I would be satisfied, even if it lost, but I created a beautiful format because I was using the TeX typesetting language. Well, that would have satisfied me.
Sounds like you're a programmer turned into a writer.
No, actually, you call it a hacker. Hacker in a good sense. Hacker in a good sense. Okay, the original sense of hacker is somebody who's very interested in knowing things. The evil part was only added by the media.
Yeah, that's true. So, do you have any advice on kids or young people who want to be a writer, creating comics or animation?
Well, I think the best advice, okay, this is redundant, the best advice is to just do it. You might think of writing, think about writing a beautiful story, but if you don't write it, if you don't illustrate your comic, you're not going to go anywhere. So the first and best advice would be, if you want to write, write. If you want to draw a comic, draw. Stop thinking and all the time planning and planning. Planning is good, but only up to a certain point. After you plan for so many weeks, so many days, so many years, you still have to ride it.
All right, thank you. And can you invite them to watch LaMB in Animax?
Please watch LaMB only on Animax.
All right. That's